Hello everyone, Indian captain Mr. Rohit Sharma is here to address the press conference. You should kindly raise hand and wait for your turn. And we'll start with questions in English first. Yes, fine.
Hi, Captain. Captain, of course, you returned back to the team and played that match in Canberra, but you played in the middle order. So, how you started your career as a middle order batter in this? So, how different was it to coming back to middle order again, and how challenging was it to bat under the lights against the middle order?
It was a practice game, so we just wanted to play whatever was in front of us because there was clearly a day that was washed off, and we wanted to get some game. Not looking too much into the details of it, we just wanted to get out there, get some game, just have a feel of the ping ball. We don't play too much of ping ball, so it was important for us to get out there and just get a feel of it.
Rohit, you played a lot against Australia, but I'm sure you would have watched the first test. There's been a lot of talk about body language and all that, about their team. Like, has that ever mattered to you when you play against Australia? Like, what they're like, and if they're being chirpy, or is it just Australia and you just worry about the bat and the ball?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's just bat versus ball. All those are external factors, which I think personally for me, I don't really look too much into that. That's my personal view on it. But obviously, if there is something happening, the boys are not afraid to, give it back, or if there's a conversation happening on the field, boys are not afraid to do that either. But personally for me, there's so much to think for me. These are not such important things for me personally. For me, what is important is how we can get the results in our favor, how we can have some success. Those are the things that I look into whenever I play the game, whether it is here in Australia or for that matter, Australian as an opposition. It's always been for me how I can find some success, how the team can do well, things like that.
Mr. Kaushik.
Yesterday Rahul was here. He said he has been asked to. He has been told where he will be batting, but has also been told to repeat that. Do you think he will to repeat that?
Yeah, he'll be opening the batting. I'll bat somewhere in the middle.
What did you make of not so much the performances, but the attitude and the way they have taken of Nitish and Ashwin?
Yeah, it was very impressive to watch them. I've personally only heard things about them, and I watched them in some of the games in IPL, and Nitish particularly in some T20 games that was played before they came here. They certainly possess a lot of talent, and clearly in that first test match in Perth, it never felt like they're playing their first game. Right from the word go, they were in it, and they wanted to be in that battle, and wanting to do everything that is asked of them. Both of these guys showed great body language as well. Whatever I watched from the outside when I was at home, it looked superb. And that is the kind of guys you need in your squad. When you want to win big series, big games, and you want these kind of guys to turn up and take the heat on, and that is certainly what these two guys did. And very, very impressive start to their career. I can only hope that they continue to play as long as possible for the team and keep putting in that performances.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much you've noticed in Australia. There's been reports like teammates that are divided in the Australian team, and there is lots of slamming bout happening against the Australian team. So we used to do it in a different way with the past. So what do you make of this kind of drama happening in this country after one loss?
I have no idea about all this, to be honest. I am completely out of all those external things that happens, I don't know what to say. It's happening.
Does it feel like, somewhere like, it's not happiness, but so
पता नहीं अभी ये वो उधर क्या हो रहा है मैं कैसे बता सकता हूँ, क्योंकि उनके ड्रेसिंग रूम में और उनके टीम के अंदर किस तरीके के बातें हो रही है. I seriously have no idea about it. So I don't know what I can say about it, but clearly there's superb environment here which we want to enjoy.
Sandeep.
Rohit, Rahul was here yesterday and he was saying that some of the batters have found it a little bit difficult to spot the pink ball under lights or during the practice. So how was the preparation, and like you have faced the pink ball under lights over there in Canberra also. If you can talk about the preparation for this test match.
I think it's just about getting used to the pace of the ball more than anything else. You are so used to playing with red ball, and pink ball certainly does a little bit more than the red ball. And at the same time, we've been training here for the past 3 days, and I certainly felt that the more time you spend playing the pink ball, it gets a little easier as well. The bounce is there. Obviously, there will be challenges. Pink ball will have its own challenge under lights during the day as well. You just have to find your own way of dealing with it. I think that is something that we as a team have spoken in the group, and try and respond to that current situation. Whatever is happening at that particular time, you feel whatever is best for you to do at that point in time, you have to do it. And the team will back that decision to do what is necessary at that point in time. So it's just about, understanding. We've watched a lot of games that has been played here as well, and we do understand what the condition has to offer. As the game goes on, the conditions changes a little bit, so we are quite aware of all of those things. It's just about making those decisions on the field, whether it's with the bat or with the ball, and try and do that perfectly.
Rohit, Ashwin and Jadeja have been such a big part of your success over the last decade or so. Just wondering how did they handle their, both of them not being picked in the first test, and I know you weren't around, but have you spoken to them? Do you expect them to play much in the rest of the series?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, unfortunately, I was not there to bring this news to them that they are not playing the first game. But it's always hard to leave an experienced players like Jadeja and Ashwin. It's never easy. But I think the decision was made, whatever was best for the team at that particular time, and whatever the management felt at that particular time is right thing to do. We did that, and that is, I think, what throughout the series we will look to do. Whatever we feel at that particular time is the right thing to do, we'll try and do that. But yeah, I certainly see them playing a huge role in the rest of the series, because what they bring to the table never be written off, because they are quality players, and they have whatever success Indian cricket has had over the past few years is largely because of these two guys as well. So we will never count that performances of theirs, what they have done for the team. It's important for us to realize certain grounds here will bring certain players in the game a lot more. So we have to try and do that. And whatever suits the team the best, we try and make those decisions based on what we see in front of us.
Rohit, two things. One was, how did you arrive at this decision of having KL open? Can you sort of take us through the thought process? And secondly, Bumrah had spoken about in the first test about essentially how his message to the team was that everyone starts at zero. What's your message to the team sort of going into this test?
I think it's crucial to leave the past in the past, and obviously that is something that as cricketers we've learned, not now but since we started playing the game, because every day is a fresh day. Even if you're batting on 90 or 99, when you come and bat the next day, you start on zero. You don't think about the score, what you've achieved on a previous day, because fresh day brings fresh challenges. The bowlers come with different mindset, the batters come with different mindset. So it's a general messaging that we've been hearing for so many years about what has happened. Just focus on what lies ahead of us. And how I came to that decision of batting down the order is clearly, we want results, we want success, and those two guys at the top, just looking at this one test match, they batted brilliantly. I was at home with my newborn in my arms, and I was watching how KL batted. It was brilliant to watch, to be honest. And I felt that there's no need to change that now. Maybe in the future things will be different. I don't know. So based on what has happened and what KL has shown outside of India, he probably deserves that place at this point in time. And it is something that has given us success in the first test, to have that big partnership with Jaiswal on the other side. Probably won us the test match. When you come here in a place like Perth and you get 500 runs odd, it's a massive tick to the box. So I don't see we need to change that. But what I saw from the outside looked brilliant. So there was no need to change anything. So it was actually pretty simple for me. But personally, not easy. But for the team, yeah, it made a lot of sense.
Rohit, Australia has a strong record in day-night tests. What would it mean to Indian cricket to be able to beat them here and go up 2-0 in the series?
Yeah, it'll mean a lot. Obviously, we as a team, we try and think about the present situation than the past. I know they have had a good record, but records are meant to be broken. At some stage the records will be broken. For us, from our point of view, we've had a great start to this series. We just like to build on that, try and see how we can do things right for a consistent period of time, because to win a test match you need to be consistent for longer periods of time, and that is where our focus is. And if we keep doing the things that we did in Perth, I think we can get the result that we are looking for.
Yeah, Rohit, what's your take on football tests in general? Because you need to prepare very differently, you need to think differently, take decisions accordingly, and most of them don't last the distance like you see. Most of them, you might see sessions when touches of wickets fall, the ball can behave unpredictably at certain times of the game. So, what do you feel about the concept in general?
What's there is there. You come to Australia, Adelaide is the place where pink ball test match is held, and you try and prepare your mind accordingly. It's obviously not easy, getting used to that pink ball, but it is what it is. And for us as professional players, whatever is there in front of us, we have to try and do that. There's obviously we didn't have a great result when we played here last time, but we are quite determined to change that result. But yeah, it's not easy, but it is what it is. As professional players, you are trained to do difficult things, and yeah, I believe everyone's now mentally so strong in their mind to adapt to different things. And for us as team also, it gives us a lot of confidence going in a game like that, where mentally players are very strong, and they don't complain about they cannot sight the ball properly, or the ball is doing a bit too much and things like that. It's just what's there in front of you, you try and do that well.
We'll take final question in English and then few in Hindi.
Hi, Rahul. Talking about becoming a father again, and then you landed in Perth and you were at the Tamil meeting the team, which is coming back after a huge victory. So Could you talk us through your first days coming into Australia and the double joy that you had? How was that like, those first few days?
No, it was superb. I was on the plane. Luckily, I managed to get a Wi-Fi on the plane, and I was checking the scores. And when I landed, I was a little tired. So it was, I think, day 3, and we were comfortably placed on day 3. And day 4 is when I went to the ground. I wanted to get some hit as well. And then to see the guys doing so well and win the test match was superb. And when you arrive to a scene like that, nothing can beat that. It was superb to watch everyone play and get the result in our favor, which was very, very pleasing to see.
Ankan and Manisha. What?
Sorry.
ठीक है, Anuj.
रोहित, आपने नेक्स्ट में पहले धूप में अभ्यास किया, उसके बाद आप वाला पीरियड के पोजीशन में आए। एक बतौर एक बैट्समैन, चाहे वो ओपनर हो या मिड ऑर्डर में, कितना एक एडजस्ट करने में तकलीफ बड़ा चैलेंज होता है एज अ बैट्समैन, स्पेशली।
अरे देखो, अभी आप इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट खेल रहे हो तो आपको तकलीफ तो सहना पड़ेगा, वेदर इट इज़ फेसिंग द पिंक बॉल, वेदर इट इज़ फेसिंग द स्पिन, कुछ भी।
हम लोग ज़्यादा खेलते नहीं।
नहीं, ज़्यादा खेलते नहीं है, बट देखो अभी जब भी आपके सामने एक सीरीज़ है, टूर है, आपको पता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया जब आओगे तो एक पिंक बॉल का टेस्ट मैच होगा ही। तो अभी जैसे मैंने अभी इसके पहले क्वेश्चन में वो आंसर किया कि अभी लड़के इतने मेंटली स्ट्रांग है, एडेप्टेशन इज़ नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम एनी मोर। लड़के लोग अपने आप को इस तरीके से प्रिपेयर करते हैं कि कोई भी सिचुएशन या कोई भी डिफ़िकल्ट चीज़ें सामने आई तो उसको अच्छे से करना है। तो डिफ़िकल्ट होता है, बट आप क्रिकेट खेल रहे हो हाईएस्ट लेवल पे, तो चीज़ें आपको इजीली नहीं मिलेगी। आपको डिफ़िकल्ट चीज़ें करने पड़ेंगे। पर्थ में जो हमने टेस्ट मैच जीता, काफ़ी डिफ़िकल्ट चैलेंज था। हमारे कुछ प्लेयर्स नहीं थे, एंड चैलेंजिंग कंडीशंस थे, बट हमने जाकर वहाँ पे क्रिकेट खेला, सर नीचे रख के, जिसका जो काम था वो उन्होंने किया और हमने रिज़ल्ट हमारे फेवर में लाया। तो इसी तरीके से हमको ये टेस्ट मैच भी देखना चाहिए कि चैलेंजिंग होगा, बट अगर 11 के 11 लोग अपना अपना काम करेंगे तो शायद रिज़ल्ट जो है वो हमारे फेवर में आ सकता है।
Final two.
Rohit, you just spoke about Ashwin and Jadeja, how difficult it is to play without them. How do you see Wasi's development as a bowler, especially after the New Zealand series, and he played on Perth also? So Wasi as a bowler, how do you see his development as test player?
Yeah, look, for Washi, since he came and played here in Australia way back in 2021 in that Gabba series, where he got few wickets and he scored those crucial runs as well. After that, he's had unlucky injuries as well, where he was out of the team for a while, was not playing a lot of cricket. But see, with Washi, again, a very solid all-rounder. We have seen it, what he can do with the ball, with the bat. He's got a solid technique to play anywhere in the world. And ऐसे लड़के जब अगर टीम में रहते हैं तो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता ही है। एंड विद वॉशी स्पेशली नाउ आई जस्ट होप दैट ही स्टेज अवे फ्रॉम इंजरी एंड डजंट गेट इंजर्ड, because a player like him is always valuable to our squad, gives us that balance, that depth that a team always requires, So with Washi, I can see his graph from here going up only. I don't see him going down unless there is an unfortunate injury, but he's got all the tools that is required to find success at international level. He's got everything that is required.
Fine.
रोहित, हमेशा ये कहा जाता था कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया का दौरा फर्स्ट टूर किसी भी यंग बैट्समैन के लिए बहुत चैलेंजिंग होता है, लेकिन पिछले कुछ सीरीज में हमने देखा, चाहे गिल को देखें या पंत को देखें या जायसवाल को देखें, पहली सीरीज में जिस आसानी से ये अडॉप्ट करते हैं, उसका क्या रीजन है? आप कैसे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे? क्योंकि कई बार लोगों को लगता है कि T20 वाले फॉर्मेट वाले प्लेयर टेस्ट क्रिकेट वो भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एडजस्ट नहीं करेंगे। कल आप बात भी कर रहे थे जायसवाल के साथ, तो किस तरह का कॉन्वर्सेशन?
नहीं, देखिए, अभी आजकल के जो लड़के हैं वो काफ़ी फियरलेस है, ज़्यादा बैगेज लेके ट्रैवल नहीं करते। बैगेज मतलब सूटकेसेस नहीं यहाँ पे। तो जायसवाल, गिल, पंत, ये लोग अलग जनरेशन के क्रिकेटर्स है। जब आए थे पहली बार ऑस्ट्रेलिया, हमारे दिमाग में सिर्फ यही चीज़ चलता था कि कैसे हम रन बनाएंगे, अपने आप पे हम ज़्यादा प्रेशर डालते थे। बट देखिए, हर जनरेशन अलग होता है। आजकल के लड़के एकदम बिंदास और फियरलेस है, और ये शायद उनके फेवर में काम भी कर रहा है। जब भी मैं उनसे बात करता हूँ, उनसे सुनता हूँ, उनके दिमाग में सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ है कि मैच कैसे जीता जाए। ये नहीं कि मैं कैसे 100 बनाऊँ, मैं कैसे 200 बनाऊँ, मैच कैसे जीता जाए। अगर जब आप ऐसे सोचने लगते हो तो परफॉर्मेंसेस, इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंसेस अपने आप होता है। क्योंकि अगर आपको जीतना है तो परफॉर्मेंसेस डालने पड़ेंगे, ये ऑटोमेटिकली होता है। तो बट अगर आपका सोच ऐसा है कि आपको मैचेस कैसे जीतने हैं, सीरीज़ कैसे जीतना है, टूर्नामेंट्स कैसे जीतने हैं, अगर आपका पहला फोकस ये है तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो बड़े बड़े रन ये लोग बनाते हैं वो सेकेंडरी है। पहला उनका प्राइमरी फोकस है कि मैच कैसे जीता जाए, मैं कंट्रीब्यूट कैसे करूं, अगर बैट से नहीं कर पाया तो फील्डिंग में क्या कर सकता हूँ, बॉलिंग में क्या कर सकता हूँ। तो आजकल के लड़के लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं, विच इज़ अ वेरी वेरी गुड थिंग। किसी ने, आई डोंट नो कि ये सब चीज़ों के बारे में ये लोग कोई बात करता है इनके साथ या कोई इनको बताता है। ये इनका नेचुरल माइंडसेट है। जब भी ये टूर पे आते हैं तो इनका माइंडसेट ऐसे होता है कि मैच कैसे जीता जाए।
आपने कल क्या बात की जायसवाल?
ये वो मेरे और उसके बीच में वो थोड़ा पर्सनल बात है यार, वो मैं नहीं शेयर कर सकता।
Thank you, Captain.
थैंक्स।